talking about. It turns out that the person in front of the doctors, they tell them about finance. Look, you are doctors, you want to do this, you want to do that. Let me tell you, a lot of people want to have businesses and all of that, but the most important thing about having your career and making money is your level of contentment. You can build big houses and still want more. It says greed is a cancer that is not easily won. Let me say that again. Greed is a cancer that is not easily won. And he said, you can, with your salary, with just your normal business, have a quite enjoyable life. That's why I like being a doctor. And so it got me thinking, which is what we're having this conversation about this morning. We live in a time where everybody's talking about multiple streams of income. My question to you is this. Do you really need multiple income streams to be happy, to be stable? Or like that old gentleman said that day in that vehicle, can never forget that lesson. I don't know why it came to me yesterday. He said, you only need to be contented to be happy. Doesn't matter how many houses you build, how many cars you buy, but if you're not content, it is a cancer that is not easily cured. So on this Pokey Talk station this morning, I ask, do you really need multiple streams of income to be stable, to be contented, to be happy?
And now, hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
As always, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Please do not make inciting statements while you're here. Please keep your comments short and sweet. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. That's for messaging alone, please. All right. Then your regular calls 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. That's for you who want to speak to us. There's a call screener. And then follow us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. Muriel is not this morning, this beautiful Tuesday morning. Good morning to you, Muriel.
Hey, good morning, Jude. Good
morning.
Thank you. Dude, I think multiple streams of income, multiple streams of worry, multiple streams of stress, multiple streams of, trust me, Jude, these persons that have so many streams of income, they don't rest, honestly. Though they do, but they very rest, because you will be worried. You'll be worried whether you're making gains at this one, whether you're making losses here. Oh, how do you prevent losses from this one? The stress is just too much. Trust me, Joe. The mind stress. You might be seeing the cash, but your mind will not be at rest. Joe, I always say this, and I'm proud to say it. I was raised by my grandmother, and she was an illiterate, and she was just a steady businesswoman, just doing a small local food and selling in the market. And this woman was able to train her children. She was able to build 1 or 2 houses, and she died peacefully. So what is the essence, Jude? Is not to have a roof under your head. If you can have 1 or 2, even one, maybe it's good, you have a career in good, and you can afford to build it one house, Jude, that you can raise your children. What is the stress all about?
What's the stress all about? Ibiso is not delivered. We have Joe in Omoku. Ibiso, let's hear from you quickly, please.
Okay, my brother, I'm confessed with what I have, that I need multiple income. Why? The reason is the way things are going. You cannot just put your eggs
in one basket. Yes.
Not by being desperate to do the other way, but doing the right business is good for me to do like 2 or 3 business to add to my income. Because I don't want a situation whereby I'll put my egg in one basket, and at the end of the day, I'll go and meet people to come and help me. So it's good for me to have multiple income. That's my own take this morning.
All right, thank you very much. Joe in Omoku. Oh, there, we lost that connection. All right, WhatsApp 009-030-6416, 030-6416. Right? Having to sit down in a car with old men. It's amazing. It's almost 15 years to the day that I had that trip that it came to my mind, yesterday. But right now, everybody's talking about multiple streams of income. There are messages to that effect. There are stories. Let's be honest. There are stories, to that effect. People tell you that, oh, this man who's the richest man in this area, he has a farm, he has a hospital, and he has a construction company. So money is coming from everywhere. And to me, trust me, I would love that. In fact, somebody even there was an advert that somebody said, oh, that she has 10 multiple streams of income. I don't know whether it's Fabu. It's very possible it's not Fabu, but that's what she said. Yeah, my own is just to ask you people. That's not. Okay, all right. Moving on. Escobar says the statement of the man depends on the context. As humans, we always aspire for more. That's why we dream. Escobar. Yeah, his context was these doctors were talking about how they want to start doing this and doing that and doing that, and also make money in addition to their medical practice. He says no problem with that, but are you content with what you have? Do you think you'll be content with what you have? All he does is teach medicine. All he does is treat people. And he said, I am confident that this life I've chosen is going to be enough for me. I don't need too much. Emphasis on the word need this morning, right? We're living in a time where everybody's talking about, man, you need multiple streams of income. And it's very clear. No, the economy is difficult, double digits. We might get up to 30%, heaven help us, at the end of the year with the inflation rate. There are insecurity reports all over the place. So it does make sense that, look, if this door that you used to go and collect money every month, suddenly shuts down, you should be smart enough to open another one. Well, we'll be back after the break. Don't go anywhere. We are going to be, doing out some interesting conversations. You don't want to miss that when the hour comes. We'll be streaming live on Facebook and on X, so you have a great pleasure to be live with us in the studio, and you get to see how those wonderful students will be responding to the challenges set before them. But before we get to that point, let's talk a little bit about our finances today. I'm asking you, do you think you need multiple streams of income to be stable and happy? Do you think you need to have your hands in 5 or 6 different places before you will be able to say, I'm okay, things are going well, with me. This is a good time. This is I'm successful. It's not going to be too much of a stress for me to do A, B, C, D, that kind of thing. This is what I like to do. Now, for those of you who are, Christians, right? In the course of, this particular conversation, I got to read about something yesterday. Let me share with you quickly before we get back to the phone lines. All right. Now, the New International Version of the Bible, the book I'm reading from is Ecclesiastes 11 verse 1. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 1. And it says, "Send your grain across the seas, and in time profits will flow back." Send your grain across the seas, and in time profit will flow back. Now, the King James Version says, "Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days." Now, I'm not here to give you a deductive or inductive, interpretation, but in either of the manners that you choose to interpret this, one can say, well, if you cast your bread amongst many waters, means you spread your hands everywhere. At the same time, it could also mean, look, if you are a farmer, you need to, plant your seeds in several places, but you are still a farmer. You are not a farmer, an IT tech, a pseudo, a cosmopolitan person, a fashion designer. How many of you remember a time in the entertainment industry about 2 decades ago when it seemed as though every single musician had 3 or 4 roles? Hi, my name is P. Diddy. I'm an actor / producer / fashion entrepreneur / mogul / everybody was a / something. Jello, actor, musician, fashion designer, perfume designer. Everybody at one point in time. It seemed as though if you're a musician at that point in time and if you're an actor at that point in time and you didn't have a music career, you had not succeeded. How many of you remember when even the Nigerian actresses were releasing singles and albums? Genevieve released one. But let's be honest, do you remember Genevieve as a musician or as the actress? So, do you to this pokey talk station?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Well, the numbers to call 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. WhatsApp and Telegram available on 08090306416, 08090306416. Ken is on the line from Ubimini. Ken, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Ken.
You see, in my own perspective, I would say that it is an individual character. Because one can decide to have one trade in his life. One can also decide to have multiple, depending on his or her target. Like when I was later, I see civil servants as a one-targeted salary earner.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, believe you me, civil servants have their different branches of multiple incomes. And this led to our people being much engaged in politics, where they see quick money to be what they will be in their communities. This same thing leads to what we are calling Yahoo now. Olden days, we know it as OBT, 419. So it depends on individual. One can decide to be a farmer and do whatever thing, just like my late father. He was a farmer, a herbalist, but he has many buildings and upstairs. He did not work as a civil servant or a politician, rather. So I'm saying that it depends on the individual. Thank you very much. Yes, they can call you from Mugu.
Welcome, and thank you very much, Ken, for your suggestions and indeed your conversation. All right, now let's get to WhatsApp and start to read your messages, please. I'm not ignoring them, please. 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. That's where you find us on WhatsApp and Telegram. Please do not call that number. Please do not call that number. 0809-030-6416. We're talking about multiple streams of income this morning. I'm asking, does one really need multiple streams of income to be stable? So join us on Facebook and on X, and let's get to have your views. All right. Now, good morning, Jude. In the present Nigeria, multiple streams of income is a legit way of it's a legit way, and it's highly encouraged because our salary, the take-home pay, is no longer taking anybody home. Lady V says. That's been the mantra, interestingly, for years, right? Take home doesn't take people home. Now, at one point in time, one of the very legitimate ways of making, extra income had been to, get into the stock market, either you become a trader or you invest. So I knew a lot of Nigerians. I think my father too, bought stocks in different companies. Some of those banks are folded right now, or they've merged into other whatever banks. But the point is, there are lots of people who would just, go to their 9 to 5, try to live within their means. Then when they save a bit, they invest the money. Then when bonuses come, I know it also helped that some of those people did not have 8 children or 10 children. They didn't have, like 2 or 3. So they're just, okay, keep this one, let's use this one, let's plant this one in this stock, and stuff like that. So yeah, I knew people like that who did that. Good morning, Jude. In this present day Nigeria, the importance of multiple streams of income cannot be overemphasized. With the rate of inflation and instability in our economy, even 2 sources of income cannot survive an individual in this country. However, we are advised to engage in only legit businesses to have peace of mind and happiness with the proceeds from these sources of income. Gavel from Choba. All right, thank you very much, Gavel. Multiple streams of income is good, but the stress behind it does not give peace of mind. For me, I am contented with what I have. Simeon from Rumusi. But Simeon, what if what you have, in all honesty, like Lady V said, it's not taking you home? And let's be honest, it actually would have to do with how much you earn. It really does. So, do we really need to have, in quotes, multiple income streams? Or, with your business, whether you are a tailor or whatnot, you will be fine. At least that's what the doctor said. It all has to do with your level of contentment. I will never forget this quote. Greed is a cancer that is not so easily cured. Let me repeat that. Greed is a cancer that is not so easily cured. Back to the phone line now. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. morning, Jude. Frederick here. It says a lot of people don't quite understand how multiple sources of income work. It's like a stream. If you block one channel, water will always find its level. That's how multiple income streams work. However, there are some streams that do not need alternative routes. They have always been there from time immemorial. Some people are fortunate to have certain lifestyles or businesses that align together. I'll give you an example. There are some people who used to work in the oil companies back in the 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s. They did not need any multiple income source. They just had their salary, their benefits, and they kept their life simple. They were not extravagant. They didn't build many houses or have multiple children with multiple women. These men and women sometimes will have just one or two children, and that will be it. They were able to provide for this family of theirs and even provide for their extended family. They were the beacon in their families. The reason was very simple. They were content and they managed their resources very carefully. If more Nigerians can adopt that mentality of managing your resources carefully, you would appear rich, even if you were not rich. Are you telling me that some of those people who work in the oil companies are wealthier than some of their bar boys in the market? No. But yet, these men and women look wealthier. Why? Because they manage their resources. Frederick. I'm tilting towards Frederick's view here this morning. If you've ever had the fortune to spy or take a glance, let me use the word spy, take a glance, right, at the bank account of some of those traders, whether it's tomatoes they are selling or the spare parts guys, those people are selling your shock absorbers and your whatnot, right? You will be surprised to see 4, 5, 8, 20 million sitting in their bank account. They are walking around, not doing any, but the person who comes to buy the parts, take for example the person who works in one of the oil companies, who comes to buy the spare part, he may only have maybe 400,000, 100,000 sometimes. Like Emma said, almost sometimes even the artists, she no day, they are broke. But when you look upon them, they look well kept, they dress well, they are civil, they are polite, they're not rowdy, they don't cause a ruckus, there's no drama around them. They just live things simply. They are content. They don't need to go to the bars and, dole out 100,000. Yeah, if you see where those spare parts boys and those mechanic boys are drinking, when they gather together, when they decide to declare, Omar December is very close. You will see them very soon. You will see them. You are not likely to find somebody like me who works night, who does a regular job, to go to a bar and I will declare 20 bottles. For who? For whom? Why? But those guys can. Those guys, they can. But interestingly, both groups, one stream of income. One sells spare parts, the other one just works for an oil company. They're not doing both. And I'm not saying you can't do both. I'm only saying many of them, that's it. There's some spare parts that they've sold spare parts since 1985. That's the only thing they know. The only thing they know. All right, Kelvin here says, Jude, good morning. Have you not seen tailors who have been tailors since they were 15 till their 60s? It's the only business that they know. They have built houses, they have sent children, they have married wives, Jude, not wife, wives, and they are living happily. Very true. Kelvin, I totally agree with you. Very true. Tailors, those women who sell tomatoes, let's be honest. How many of them have a bakery shop at the back of their house? I'm not saying they don't have multiple streams. Please, let's get the narrative clearly. And I'm not saying you must only do one thing. I'm only asking rather, must you have multiple streams to be happy? Do you really need to? 017-923-0002, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0007. There's a call screener, by the way, so when you call, just drop your name and your location, and we'll have a great conversation with you. Facebook and X available on at Nigeria Info PH. That's the handle, by the way, at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. X is Twitter, just in case you did not know. X is Twitter. And don't forget, from 11 a.m. we'll have I Beg to Differ debates also live on those platforms. Can't wait to have you get to listen to some of the brightest students that we have for you on the program. So later on from 11 o'clock, we have I Beg to Differ. All right. IJ says, good morning. I think it's very possible for an individual to live a happy life with just one stream of income. However, in the world today, you need more than one. Even the big companies do not just sell only one product. Look at Apple, for example. They make phones. Now they have TVs. Now they have watches. Very true. It's a very popular, thing now, very expensive. They have diversified. Even big companies back in those days that only used to make one product are now making different products. You have to branch out. You cannot stay in one space forever and expect to continuously grow. It doesn't work all the time. I think it's very important that people have more than one source of income. It's not just about having money. Sometimes it's about creating your passion. You should have a passion and you should have a job. If you have a job that brings you money, fine. If you also have a passion that brings you money, also fine. IJ. If you have a job that brings you money, fine. If you also have a passion that brings you money, fine. I don't know. Is this my job or is this my passion? Just thinking out loud. I have to get to myself. I have to get back to myself on this one. Yeah, I really have to. So, must you have multiple streams to be happy? Let's find out from you. Well, this one's a very interesting message. It says, Jude, good morning. There's a part of the Bible that says, if you see a man who is faithful in what he does, he will stand before great men. It never said in the things that he does. It says in the thing that he does. So I believe it's important that people become specialized in one thing. Let there be a general knowledge about something, but everybody should know what you are good at. Once you are good at something, that thing is going to give you the happiness that you require. So you don't need to be a carpenter, to be a tailor, or to sell goods in the market before you can actually be happy. Yes, more money can come, but does it always equate to more happiness? I don't think so. So I don't think that you need multiple streams of income to be stable or to be happy. All right, thank you very much. That's Daniel. Don't need multiple streams of income. I would love, don't get me wrong, I would love multiple streams of income. Don't get me wrong. I totally would. I would like to be here as I'm talking to you right now and I get to hear ping, 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 ping. Now, would that necessarily make me happy? I don't know. My state of mind right now, where I am right now, I'll be very honest with you. Very honest. More money will probably make me happy. I will not lie to you. More money will probably make me happy. But there's a kind of money that I know, is dangerous. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, money often costs too much. Let me repeat that. Money often costs too much. What do you do for money? What would you do for money? It's very important as we wrap up this conversation this morning to ask yourself, what will I do? What will I not do for money? Bangababiki says, in the modern city life, if you don't have money, you simply don't have a life. But is that life? Good question. Christopher is on the line. I wonder if Christopher has multiple sources of income. We're about to find out. Christopher is speaking to us from Trans Amadi this morning. Christopher, good morning to you. Hello, Christopher. Good morning. Hello? Christopher.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Christopher. Go on, please.
Happy New Week.
Yeah, wish you the same. You're welcome.
The truth is this. We all need multi-streams of income. Why? Because the challenge we have is that as an economy, we are not productive.
Hmm.
Yeah, how do I know this? Until we grow our economy or increase, hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, please.
Until we increase our economy to 24 hours economy. And you're working like you are in the radio station now. You gather the experiences you have as a radio presenter, package it, maybe create the kind of education that we need is education that will certify skill, certify talent. That is why working as a policeman or a teacher, you gather that experience, maybe establish a school that certifies your skill, information, knowledge. So until we increase our economy to be 24-hour economy, because most people get it wrong. To increase an economy to 24-hour economy does not mean to establish club and drinking joints. It's legalizing education that will certify skill, legalizing education that will certify job. So these young boys now, that those maybe stop pushers. No, I think I'm messing with you.
I'm listening to you, Christopher. Hello? Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Okay, so those children that are pushing truck, most especially those children from Anambra State that are into one skill, not going to school. Now you legalize night schools. Am I still with you, sir?
We're still listening to you. We have a minute left. Go on.
So that, hello?
Go on.
So that those students who are learning skill in the morning, one trade in the morning, in the night, they will go and attend a formal school that will teach them to read and write. That is how to add productivity in an economy. And that is how to help you effortlessly. You have more income.
Yep.
Because look at our economy now.
Okay.
The naira is 1,000 to $1 single. So until you can't survive, until you are able to develop yourself to the extent that you're earning 1,000 to you, it's like 1 naira. Until you add value to yourself to that extent, we can never develop or grow this economy.
Oh dear. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Christopher. Well, yeah, his comment about, having multiple streams, 24-hour economy is not nightclub. Yeah, that one really got to me. But yeah, I agree that more needs to be done, right? Maybe from a national level, we need to get, Nigeria into working into more streams. But what is Nigeria known for? I've been making the most for what we are known for, and oil is not what we're always known for. By the way, just in case you did not know, it wasn't always oil, right? Just in case you didn't know, but now I'm telling you, it wasn't always oil, all right? So maybe he's right. Maybe we do need to diversify, as they say these days. All right, let's get to read comments now on WhatsApp. Yeah, we can have a message on WhatsApp. Sajio, well, multiple streams of income doesn't really mean I'm doing this and that and other things, but doing one thing in several ways. Streams, okay. Take Mark Zuckerberg, for instance. His source of income is social media, and the streams are Facebook, WhatsApp, X, no, it's not X. He doesn't own X, by the way, etc. Now, as a fashion designer, you can design as a source of income. You can also sew. You can pattern draft for people. You can teach. You can write books about passion. These are streams of income in fashion and design. For me, I need multiple streams of income to make me happy. Pastor Kenny will say, if you don't make money every minute or hour, you shouldn't be happy with yourself. Multiple streams of income will help. Okay, all right. Multiple streams of income will help. I'll leave you with this final quote. Money has never made man happy, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. The more of one it has, the more one wants. The more of it one has, I beg your pardon, the more one wants. Benjamin Franklin. And interesting, he's on the American dollar. Well, you decide. I hope you've gotten something today. I like that comment, by the way. Multiple streams of income means doing things from different sources, but it's still the same, primary source. Makes sense to me. My name is Jude. Hello, Port Harcourt returns.
Hey, what's your definition of